it's Mari Juliette here, and thank you for coming back to the Evolution of Confidence. Today we are going to be talking about when you don't like authority. So I always was kind of anti-authority growing up in school. I don't want to call myself a rebel, but I definitely didn't like to be told what to do. And I want to discuss how that can kind of kick you in the foot. I can't with like the sayings today. I literally just showed that diner and I said, when you have too many eggs up in the air, what is the deal with the eggs? I can't stop saying sayings with eggs. And he's like, we know what you meant. I'm like, yeah, but something's wrong with my brain. Anyway, what was I saying? When you are somebody who does not like authority, it can be difficult to understand how authority and like following the rules can sometimes help you to be more free, and the structure of that can help you to be more free. I want to kind of use an example of when I was going to those AA meetings. There was somebody who said, and I'm not going to them anymore, it was very helpful as far as gaining some insight and gaining some perspective. And someone was saying that something as little as like, when you go to the roundabout and you can go left, where you kind of skip going around if you know that nobody's going to be there. And he said, like, if I make a little change, a little like decision like that to not follow the rules, it's kind of like a domino effect where I make that decision and then everything else in my life, like not specifically just that, but that's an example of not following the rules, thinking that it's not a big deal, and then continuously not following the rules in your life, and then not following the path that you're setting for yourself, or not following what you promised to yourself. So sometimes when we want to rebel and we want to kind of be the unique person that we are, is that why it wasn't working? This is an SD card. Wait a minute. Guys, I was trying to film this on a camera and I have been having the hardest time. Wait, maybe it's this that I have to put in here. Because then I can film this on the actual camera where the audio is going to be better too. Let's see if this works. Oh my god, I think I just cracked the code. I think the code is being cracked. Oh, that's the HDMI. That's the Bluetooth or whatever. That's something else. Is it within? Is it within? Here, let's see. So anyway, like, I have always been one to not want to listen. Like, even if I've paid for coaching, I'll do like the opposite of what the person says. And I'm just like, they don't know. I'm just going to take this as an opportunity to do the complete opposite of what this person is telling me to do. And I'm dead serious. I'm not even kidding. I have paid 10 grand to join the mastermind kind of thing. And I literally was like, I'm just going to do the opposite of everything that this guy says. And I'm still going to come to all these meetings, but I'm just going to completely not listen. And you know what? His advice was actually pretty good. And had I listened, this podcast would be ahead of the game. One of the reasons why it's not is because I have no idea how the heck to use this thing. I mean, technology is not my friend right now. Not my friend today. And even with this podcast, I'm very like, oh, well, I don't need to have the best audio quality or the best video quality. What the hell? It's easier for me to just do this on the whim. And that could be true, but it could also be true that it could be even better if I start to figure this stuff out a little bit more and take the time to do it. Or it could be the complete opposite. I like to not pay attention to detail, to be honest, but if it's at the expense of your listening experience, I don't want to do that either. I am so confused. Does this go within? Oh, maybe I have to do like this. There's a little switch. Oh, you put it in here. Oh, you put it in here. Okay, let's see. We're going through this together. Oh, I think it's gonna work. I think we've cracked the code and we figured it out. Let's see. On. Is it gonna work? We followed the rules. We followed the rules. Let's see if following the rules work. It's working. It's working. Okay, I'm going to make the rest of this with the camera. I'm feeling so accomplished right now. Wow, would you look at that? It's working. Okay, I'm going to take an intermission because I really need to eat some of these Tostitos. And then I'm going to come back with my amazing quality camera. And it matches my outfit. Of course it does. Oh my god, I've had too much coffee today. Hey guys, so we are on the legit camera right now. I'm so excited about this. I just had my Tostitos and now I'm feeling refreshed. So I actually just read this not peer reviewed, this article written by a Colombian student who studied how the philosophers deciphered whether being autonomous, and autonomous means being free. And of course, autonomous agent, we love freedom, we love making our own decisions, but within reason, right? So this person is saying, she said, with the above, it can be concluded that the man who follows the rules has more freedom than the man who acts as he pleases. So I'm giving you the conclusion first, but what she said was that in today's society, the concept of a free man is the one who can make his own decisions without considering the opinion of others. However, this concept is not entirely true, since when man considers external opinions, he acquires theoretical knowledge that allows him to free himself and recognize good or evil in others, increasing and strengthening his truth. So Linda Molinares, thank you for this amazing article, because it just goes to show that when you can, of course, be free and be yourself. And the people who are very, very highly successful are often the people who go off of the beaten path. But if you continuously only do what you want to do, or only do what you think is like against the rules or against what people advise you to do, then you might find yourself more stuck. And honestly, like thinking that you're sticking it to the man when you're really sticking it to your own progress. I've found that with finding structure in my life. Like, I don't want to live by a calendar, but I've realized that I love it now. Like, I didn't want to, and now living by a calendar just gives me a lot of peace in my mind so that I don't have to worry about those things, and I can be more free. Living by a to-do list makes me feel more free. We talked about that when I interviewed Steven. He is always working off of a to-do list, and to me that was like more of like, oh, that's like boring or whatever, and it's like so predictable, and I like my days to be unpredictable. But my days are already unpredictable. They change every single day. I have 2 kids, so it's always going to be unpredictable. But the structure keeps me able to do things that I love to do. I wouldn't be able to do this podcast if I didn't have structure in my day, and if I didn't do all of my work stuff before doing content, or do all the stuff with my family before doing work and content. I'm very good now with time management. I've told you guys before that I was watching The Real Housewives of Miami, and Dr. Nicole was saying, yeah, I'm just really good at time management. And she just had like a really succinct answer as to how she can juggle everything. And it's so true. Like, there are people who spend so much of their day just watching Netflix or going out partying or doing all these other extraneous things that I have chosen not to do. And it's not good or bad. It's what allows me to do the things that I actually want. So let's focus on that. How can you structure your life a little bit better so that you are allowed more time to do the things that you want? Here's another example. The other day I had showings, and I had like an hour in between showings and a Zoom meeting. So instead of just like, like just saying, oh, I can like go shopping or spend money or something,
I take that time to go jump in the ocean because I know that it's going to make me feel better and it's going to prepare me for the meeting and make me feel more relaxed at the meeting. Things like that where you can decipher like how things are going to make you feel. Did I make up that the ocean helps your mindset and that the ocean is good for you? No, I've learned that through going, but also through people telling me how good the ocean is for you, how good the salt water is for you, how good the sun and the sand are. Like, that's controversial because some people don't like to be in the sun. But there are benefits to vitamin D and all of that. I learned recently that like going out in the sun in the morning is really good for you to even without sunscreen, just the very, very early hours. So now with the kids, that's what we do. We go outside in the morning and we take some time in the morning to be outside and to take in that sunlight while it's not scorching. These are just little tad that has really nothing to do with rules, but it can be that like minute where yeah, like there's rules of the sun. There's rules of when you should be in the sun and when you shouldn't. And maybe you think that you're doing the better thing by going against those rules, but then you're going to deal with the consequences, which is like wrinkles on your chest, which I'm trying to get away with the red light. But anyway, let's see if there's any other good tidbits out of here because I liked this. Another philosopher who shares this opinion is Baruch Spinoza, who affirms that freedom does not depend on the will, but on the understanding and is only acquired through intellectual knowledge. In his theological political treatise, he denies the idea that every man who works by the mandate is a servant and free who works as he pleases. So you're not being a servant or being a, what do they call it? A sheep by following the rules and, following structure. You are actually doing yourself a favor. Like for me right now, I need to go through this mail. The last thing on earth that I want to do is go through the mail. It's my least favorite thing to do is check the mail. And I avoid it like the plague. But in order to run this business, there are a lot of things like that I don't naturally like to do. But because I want to own this business and it's really fun for me and I love it and it gives me freedom and it helps me to make more money, I have to do the annoying bullshit that I hate doing, like admin work, in order to keep this place running. I can't be behind on rent. I can't be behind on really anything, like especially with keeping your license up to date and keeping your insurance up to date and all of these things that I'm like reminding myself, okay, like check in now that I don't have an assistant working for me right now. I need to be on my P's and Q's about that stuff because she used to remind me of it. But you have to follow those kind of like mandated things that you have to do and then have the rest of the time to be free and like having a go bag and like putting things in their place and knowing where things are. I am the worst with that. I just thought that I lost my keys and I was going to walk back to Walgreens to look for them. Little did I know they were in my pocket. Sometimes when you don't trust yourself as far as things like that, you might even be doing the right thing, but you don't trust yourself so much that you still get in a frenzy. Like I'll still look everywhere for the thing that I put in a special place because I don't trust that I am there yet. You know what I mean? Well, I hope that this helped you. I've got to go get my eyebrows done because they are about to crawl off of my face. So I love you guys. Have a great day. Thank you for watching The Evolution of Confidence, and I hope that the audio and video on this is 10 million times better than ever before. Because if it's not, just kidding. Bye.
Yeah, Chica's nice.
Element. This is Jukebox Diner, Athena's Diner now. You have so much beautiful space here with your giant windows looking out to local traffic who heads to the beach. You can see how much space there is in here.
How gorgeous. I'm gonna show you the kitchen. We have a massive kitchen in here, lots of space. A lot of new appliances. And a beautiful setup with your Clover POS systems right here in sunny Pompano Beach.